cotton fabric which is washed and of course dried, and then because the design pattern is going towards like widthwise, so we have to take the fabric as widthwise. And here on the sides, both corners of the fabric, we have this kind of pattern, design pattern. And from this fabric we'll be cutting our bodies as well as the skirt. So first, for the bodies we separate about 18.5 inch for the upper part, that is bodies. We separate it. You can keep this bodies lesser as your waist till your yoke, like 14 inch or 15 or 16 or 17, but I'm keeping it 18.5 inch for the shoulder seam and the joining part with the skirt, right? If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment section. Now we cut it, separate it, we fold this fabric so that we know what is the fourth part of the chest, plus we add about 4 inches more, so we don't waste the fabric. We economically fold it, take care of the pattern, it falls on the lower one. Okay, this thing, here we got the design and the plain fabric. This we can keep either on the waist side or towards the neckline side, so that is entirely up to you. I'm keeping it towards the upper side, that is neckline side, so I turned my fabric and pressed it. Now here we have this line, this design pattern, and now we start marking. That is simple, shoulder, half of shoulder, because shape of the neckline is such that it can go wider, so I keep it minimum, like only so that the shoulders don't fall. This thing, the armhole length same as the shoulder or half-inch more, that is 7.5 inch. Then waist length plus half-inch for the seams and the total length plus half-inch. Now we extend these markings. Chest line, that is 1/4 part of the chest plus 1 inch. Then waist you can keep about 1/4 of an inch lesser than the chest line, or you can go by the formula. Then the lowest, the bottom part, that you can keep same as the chest line or slightly lower, more lesser or more, half-inch lesser or more than the chest line. Now we mark on the chest line same as the shoulder, because we are cutting the back part of the dress, so we keep about 7 and then square it out. Now it is up, and here we join the outer markings. Now the neck width, that is I'm keeping 3 inch. You can go by the formula, or you can keep even half-inch more, like 3.5 inch. For the kids you can keep about 2.5 inch or 2 inch. Now 1 inch down, and we shape it kind of round, and half-inch down for the shoulder slope, and we mark it, we join it. Then we go middle on this armhole, so we go about okay, we have to mark for the back part only. Okay, this is the single layer, so we mark on the line, and then 2 inches out. See, this 2 inches out, it is our safest bet, because later on if we want our dress to be wider, or we want to make it more loose from the sides, we can easily do that if we have the fabric on the sides, right? So don't forget to add this fabric on the sides. Now we cut it. Isn't it simple? I'm sure you'd like it easy, but still, if you have any doubts, please ask me. You can watch the same videos on another channel, that is Teaching on Hindi Urdu. I generally upload there also in a few days. Now we make middle notch. Don't forget this. And on the side, we give it a slight, like about ½ inch or quarter of an inch shape, a curvier thing. Okay, now this is our back done. Now we cut front part. So there will be two parts. One is inner layer of angarkha. So we cut the inner layer of angarkha first. Now please be careful how we place the fabric. On the back side of the fabric, single layer, we place our back on the wrong side of the fabric. We keep back part and we keep about 1.5 inch on this middle part. Okay, that is extra. And then we cut it straight. Pay attention, this is wrong side of the fabric and we placed it and we kept 1.5 inch in the middle, that is extra. Now we cut exactly same as our back part of the dress. And we are cutting inner layer of the angarkha. Okay, here we make small notches or the cuts so that we know easily that this is the fabric that will go inside or that will be overlapped. So this is our extra fabric, right? And this is simple as anything. This is the right side of the fabric and that was wrong side or the back side. Okay, now we cut front part, that is outer layer of angarkha, because angarkha, this is open angarkha kind of thing. So here we have the back part of our, that is wrong side of our fabric, and here on top of it we kept our inner layer of angarkha, that is facing right side up. We keep 5 inches out and we mark it. See, when I say back part, just pay attention, sometimes it is wrong side of the fabric, okay, and but here I am mentioning to the back side, means back part of the dress, and front side, here we got two parts. So this one also we cut exactly same, but 5 inches extra from the middle, right? I hope you are getting me. If there is any doubt, please ask me. Okay, now the neckline we want slightly different. So we want an opening of about 7 inch or 7.5 inch, but this opening is too narrow for us. So we mark the opening that we want. So we can keep it more or less. I'm keeping less, but you can keep it more as 8 inch or 8.5 inch as you wish. Okay, now if we join it, it will go something like this. So we give it a shape of freehand kind of a thing, which will meet here in the middle and go about 1.5 inch down or maybe 2 inches down from the actual line that we marked. And the armhole, this will also go about ½ inch inside, and this one will shape. The shape would be something like this, or maybe curvier. So at the time of cutting, we'll correct it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now this is done, but the neckline we need to cut. So don't hesitate to cut it. Be confident and cut it. Okay. Here it is done. See how simple it is, isn't it? But there are many methods, many ways how you can use this design this method what I am showing you, it is an open one. You can keep it for your long kurti, long gowns, from starting from up till the bottom. You can keep it up, or this is the basic cutting for angarkha overlapping. You can use it in different methods which I show you now. See, one is this method which we just cut the basic small neck and the side, which will be folded, and here we'll use some buttons or loop buttons or piping or something, and it will be, you can use some dori etc. like this. This is the one which we'll be making, and for this we go slightly down and then we mark slightly, but the neckline is same, only the shape of the angarkha has gone down. Okay, and this one will cut on this line. So here we got a nice shape, and here on the sides we'll be using the dori or the ribbon. Now we need to cut one bias strip of 1 inch and two long 1.5 inch straight stripes for side strings. So this is the extra fabric which is left from the sides. We cut about 1.5 inch wide bias tape. You can keep it even 1 inch wide. So I'm keeping it same as my scale, so that is about 1.5 inch. And then on the side, this is the straight fabric. Here I'm cutting about 2 inch wide, two strips for making that string for tying from the sides. And then we'll be needing this design pattern for making lace on the neckline. So this also, if you have a ready-made lace or trimmings, you can use that. Okay, and then we fold it from the sides as wide or as narrow as you wish, and then we press on this to get a neat finish. Now we make the sleeves. To cut the sleeves, that is easier, simply fold and again fold and then press, and after pressing, make sure that all the sides are right. Then check the armhole and the length. The length I want 5 inch, so I keep 1 inch more for seams, and about 1.5 inch would be sufficient, I think. Half inch for seams and 1 inch for folding, and we make square kind of a thing. Okay, so it is easier. Then we go inside about 3 inch, then a slanting line keeping 1 inch from up, then middle, and then shaping it well, curvier from the inside, and bottom of the sleeve about 5.5 inch or 5 inch or whatever is your bottom of your sleeve. Okay, and then give it a shape from the side, and side keep the same 2 inch or 1.5 inch, whatever side seam you kept for your dress, right? Keep in middle notch, and this is your sleeve done. We open it and we cut the curvier part, right? This is how it's done. Now we cut the skirt. That is simpler, very simple, in fact simplest. In fact, there is nothing difficult in this dress. It is very easy to make and very comfortable, very beautiful. I am really thankful to Taranu. She shared such a nice design. So we had already made a notch in middle of our bodice, that is back bodice, and this is the skirt part. Okay, and this is double the width of, slightly more than double the width of the waist of our bodies. Okay, we make a notch, a small cut. We can take the width of the skirt 3 times more than the waist of our bodies, or least, that is the at least we need 1.5 inch, 1.5 times more than the bodies. So this is 2 times, that is double the width of bodies. So we'll be making nice simple knife pleats 2 inches wide, and in the middle of the skirt as well as the bodies we have a small notch, that is small cut. So that notch would be in middle, like aligning with each other, and then we'll be joining this way. But there is one very important part, we prepare the skirt and join with the bodies. Okay, all right. But when we are making this dress for the older ones, for adults, or for the older girls, it's it's important, or it is rather suggestive that we add cotton lining inside, so that adds fullness to the skirt, that makes dress better, it looks better, graceful, and it doesn't make the dress see through, so the wearer is comfortable wearing. So this fabric, the inner layer, inner lining, that can be 1.5 times the waist of the bodies. Okay, while the skirt is 2 times the waist of the skirt. This is the right side, and we have this bias strip. You can cut it for about 1 inch wide or ½ inch. Either you can start on the right side and then turn it inside so that it is not visible, or the second method which we are using, that will be turning it towards the right side and it will be slightly visible from the right side of the dress. This is the simplest method by which you can finish any neckline or armholes or bottom of the umbrella skirt or any dress. Now we turn it, we fold it and we turn it and make a stitch over it. You can use a contrasting color bias tape also. Now we cut the extra fabric which is left, and this is our neck done. We'll press it. This is the inner layer of our angarkha front. We'll finish the neckline for it, and for that there are 2 methods. One is this, that we turn slightly the fabric, the neckline, and then stitch our lace or piping or whatever we want to finish it with, lace or anything. Okay, and another method is that we stitch once and then turn it and then make a top stitch. But I'll be using this simpler method, that we press the neckline about 1/4 inch and then we stitch the lace keeping over it. So you can make it wider or narrower as you wish, and after doing this we'll be folding the front, that is towards the inner side or the wrong side. So our inner layer of angarkha is ready now. Now we prepare front patch design and angarkha upper layer and neckline. So this is the upper layer I'm using this small cutout. This is about 6-7 inch wide and about 8 or 9 inch long, and I'm just making a patch design on my dress. So you can also use the same method on any dress. I cut the extra fabric, I just pinned it so that my patch doesn't move and it is easier to handle it. Now it is the size and the pattern that I want. Now we have this side lace, side pattern. Okay, so I just measure how much I need for the front neckline. Then whatever is left extra, first we cut it so that we don't run short of lace for the neckline. Now whatever is left extra, that one we can use around this patch. So this much we have, and then it can cover this, so it is kind of a square or a rectangle. Now we have this small strip of design on the waistline, so we just simply make a stitch on the lace. Then on the sides we can fold. I've pressed these strips. Okay, these are long strips, so I press them, and then after folding from the corners we make a neat stitch. You can make this kind of a design on any dress. Make the corners tidy, and then once the inner stitching is done, we'll be making one outer stitching also. So this way we'll have a neat and beautiful patch design ready in front of our dress. Now we make two strings or dori of about half meter each, but this is half meter. Whatever length you want, you can make even longer or shorter. So I just folded it this way, turned it. You can make even a round dori, the method I explained in one of the earlier videos. So make simple long stitch and your dori would be done. Now I cut into half, and here we got 4 pieces. This is our front neckline. Same thing, we press the front neckline, and then once we'll be folding upwards, then we'll be inserting the dori this way, one here and one in the middle. Now make a simple stitch. Whatever is the shape of your neck or your angarkha, you can stitch the lace according to that. You get ready-made lace from the market also, you can use that one also. Okay, so the corner we need to fold a little because the lace is not stretchy, it is not biased, so it cannot move as we wish. So we'll have to give it a little small fold, and then we insert the dori, and leaving about 2-3 inches. This all depends on you, whatever distance you want to keep. If you want to add just one dori, you can do that, or if you want to add more, you can add more. Okay, I'm adding just 2. So this is the front neckline. We'll just press it, and here our dori would be attached with the side strings. So here we make the marking and make a small notch, because the chalk mark can be erased but these notches cannot be erased. So we'll be stitching these strings here. Now we join the shoulders. That is simple. Okay. Simply keep the back on the front or front on the back and pin them and then make stitches. Now join the skirts. Skirts, you have two methods. One, prepare the skirt separate, body separate, or prepare the skirt this way, like join them this way and then attach. So we join the middle opening layer. Okay, this opening is stitched first, and I explain you in detail how we'll be joining the skirt with the lining. So I'm making a knife pleats for upper skirt and gathered or ruffled skirt for lining, but it is entirely up to you. If you want a gathered skirt for your dress, you can make, or you want a pleated dress, pleated skirt, you can check my earlier video. So taking a longer stitch, we made a stitch on your lining and then pull that. Now on the bodies, in the middle of it, we made a small cut. And then the width of our skirt, that is double or at least 1.5 extra, 1.5 times extra than the body's width. Okay, we pin the skirt. We have one notch in middle of the skirt also. See, this method is useful when you have to make some alterations in future, some fittings or something. For kids, you can make skirts separate the way it is done in ready-made dresses or frocks, or after that you can join them separately, because kids grow very fast. And in this method, if you use this method, you can make alteration on the sides. You can keep the loosing or seams, and later on you can easily make the dress wider or loose. So keeping about 2-inch wide pleats, I just keep folding and then pinning them with the bodies or the upper part of the dress. And this is the same method I applied for the back part also of this dress. So you can repeat the same process even for that. This is called knife pleats, but even if you make gathered skirt, that would also look very beautiful, very nice. This way we can join the skirt, and while joining we can place our gathered skirt, that is lining. Lining would give fullness and add thickness to our upper skirt layer. So from the right side, we'll just turn, press and push the inside joint towards upper side and then make a top stitch. This is how our skirt front and back is done. Now we join the sleeves. You can have longer sleeve or shorter or 3/4 or whatever design you want sleeves, you can make that. So just fold the bottom and then join the deeper side the curvier side from the curvier side of the armhole, that is front side, and the back side of the armhole with the back side of the sleeve. So this way join both the sleeves. Now we join side strings or dori and close the sides. If you need any help, any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment section. Now these are our dories, and we made small notches on the sides. This is how we can tie them, and we can use small loops or pom-pom or something, or beads below these strings. Now we join the sides. After doing this, we can use overlocking or interlocking to cover the threads on the sides. Okay, and this is how simple this dress is. I hope you'd like this, and you'll let me know how did you make it and how did you like it. So keep watching. Take care. Goodbye.